Hello to all the wonderful people out there. My name is Alexandra, and I'm here to give you your full moon in Pisces tarot reading. This full moon has just begun, I would say, because here where I live, it's already dark. We already have night, and we're gonna see this harvest moon in the sky if there weren't clouds. But it should be visible this night. So depending where do you live on our beautiful globe, it's gonna happen on the 13th or 14th of September 2019. Here where I live, it's early in the morning, so the moon will be setting and sun will be rising when it happens. As you can see, the cards are already on the table because I was doing this reading in my native language first. And I have to tell you, it's quite beautiful, and I'm always surprised when beautiful, wonderful wonderful energies emerge, like today. I would say this full moon is full of surprises. It can be quite loud. It's also very much influenced with water energy coming from Pisces, coming from conjunction with Neptune. I don't know how about you, but I have been having beautiful dreams for the last 2 nights, vivid and powerful, and also filling me with great calmness and peace. So that's it. And on the other hand, it's very strong as far as earth energy is concerned. So it's quite grounded, and it can be quite loud because we have Sun conjuncting Mars. But I don't want to talk about astrology because that's not my profession. My profession is tarot. So look at this energy for this full moon, and we have the Fool, the Sun, and Six of Cups. So it's very, very harmonious. As I said, there can be surprise. There can be a sudden beginning of something, especially that at the bottom of the deck we have the World. So something ends and something begins, and I think you see it very, very clearly. Also, what is gained and what is lost. What is gained in the process, what is lost when we finish the process, and what can be done in the next chapter of our journey through the world. There's this beautiful clarity of vision with the Sun. There's also promise of success, although the Fool is always about risking, because he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know the way. It's a brand new world ahead to be discovered, to be conquered, to be loved. But when I see the Fool and the Sun, there is this optimistic vibe about it, that I know enough, I see enough, and I understand enough, and I can make it. Whatever I plan to do, I will make it. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be successful. It's shining on me. I'm having clarity. And what I love about this reading is that Six of Cups emerges as the card that says what it's all about. Well, it's all about emotional harmony. It's all about our relationships, especially all kinds of karmic relationships. It is about finding peace and joy in everyday life, in simple things, like when we were children, we were playing. We really didn't need much in order to have a beautiful day. And it's still here. We can still have it if we have a proper perspective. And the Fool and the Sun, I think they say, yes, you can have a proper perspective. This perspective that is focused on the bright side of life, which is always, always present, no matter how dark it is around us. There is always this kind of look on life, this kind of attitude that allows us to be playful and joyous. Okay? Um, this is very general what I said, but I think that most probably you will have some kind of important encounter, perhaps with people from the past, but it can also be someone absolutely new that is somehow meant to meet you, because Six of Cups sometimes mean karmic important relationships that we established even before we appeared here on this earth. And it's under the sun, so you are safe, you are bound to be successful, and you have the capacity, you have the opportunity to change your perspective so that you can live a happy, simple life. These next few days or next few weeks may be basked in very warm, peaceful, and sentimental even energy. That's what I see here, and I love this. I really love these cards together. They create this childlike vibe also, because we have children here. Very often in the sun card we can see a child on a horse. So there's this fresh, newborn happiness present here. Also Fool is someone newborn, definitely. So perhaps for some of you there is something new being born, something that brings peace and everyday happiness. All right, let's now see what are the energies for signs of zodiac, different signs. They are generally very favorable, I would say. I love this reading. Really, really nice energy appearing here. Starting with Pisces. Pisces, you have the Temperance card, so another major arcana. This full moon can be very, very tempering and soothing and healing for you, because Temperance is a healing card. We don't see two cups here and mixing and merging the waters, the liquid in them, but you can see two vessels, the moon and the sun, and the flux of energy between them. And this flux and this tension between two very different qualities, two very different elements, create a tension, and the tension creates movement. This is a Sagittarius card. So there is this wheel of life, and something is spinning and circling and moving fast in desired direction. And it's not by cancelling all differences. It's rather by finding harmony between them, and by this you create a special kind of equilibrium that creates tension and movement out of this. So I think a very favorable energy for you. You may find balance and peace in something that required it for a long time. Now, Aries. Aries, this card jumped out for you as I was shuffling, and you have great work, which is 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Earth in this beautiful deck, Tarot of the Spirit. This talks about the system that we are in, that we are part of, the system that supports us and that requires our support if it is needed. This is how the wealth of families and nations is built by working together, by working not for a day, not for a month, but for many, many years, and accumulating wealth, accumulating abundance. And this creates this great work. So it seems that whatever your new endeavor is, it is based on a very firm base of this Ten of Pentacles, this net that supports you. You can also incorporate new people into the net, is what I see here. And you can very much enjoy what you have on the material plane of living. This is great time to take these material goods and put them in a new good work that probably is going to be successful. It can also create big amounts of happiness, not only for you but also for others. So very supportive, empowering energy for you. Taurus, Four of Wind, which is Four of Swords in this deck, and it's called Mastery. So whatever you're doing, you're sure that you are going to be that you're going to succeed in it. There's also healing quality in this card. This card comes after Three of Swords, so after some kind of disturbance in the mind, you achieve peace. I also see that you see things in many different ways, in many different modalities, and you are able to distinguish between them and find the proper perspective, to see all the colors, to see all the possibilities of merging the colors, like in these four butterflies that are present here. I can paint it this way, this way, this way, and that way. And each one is good, and each one has some quality about it. So there is this very, very peaceful vibe here. Together with these six of Cups especially, there is harmony and stability simultaneously. Gemini, another very favorable card, One of Earth, which is Ace of Pentacles. I love this card so much. Everything is possible. As you can see, there is great potential that may be incorporated in multitude ways. You can see it here. Now we only have potential, but it can materialize in almost uncountable ways. So there's great feeling of abundance here again. And it reinforces the Fool in the reading. You will probably want to make this new beginning happen on a material plane so that you can touch it, hear it, watch it, or see it. It's not in the form of idea or thought. It is material form that you prefer this time. And this is a promise of great abundance in the future if you start it now. So be brave in your new endeavors, in your new discoveries. Cancer. You have Brother of Water, which is Knight of Cups in this deck. And Knight of Cups is the one who acts. Knights learn through action, through doing things. What the Knight of Cups is doing is recognizing his own emotions and showing them to others. So be very sincere during this time. Don't let yourself be silenced. Don't be afraid to express your emotions. Be very open to others. Also, I would expect that this weekend probably can be very emotional for you. There might be ups and downs, although in this case, having these cards, I think well, it may be quite sinusoidal, so there may be ups and downs, but you're gonna end on a high note. Is that the right expression? It's gonna end happily. It's gonna end in harmony, in harmonious note. All right, but you're in your element, so it's nice. Then we have Leo. Leo, I still remember the reading for September for you and how difficult it was. So I like to see the wheel of fortune for you with this full moon energy, because it indicates that the change is coming. Whatever is happening, it's not going to last forever. Everything has its time, and now the time shows the change of tide. So if you were through a difficult situation, now it's turning in your favor. All right? If you weren't in a difficult situation, be aware that nothing lasts forever. Also, preferable energies and times may end, but you're going to be prepared for it, because the Wheel of Fortune is something we expect, because it goes with the changes of time. It goes in accordance with what we expect of life. But change is the only settled thing in the universe. That's the reminder of it. Okay, now Virgo. Another favorable card for another sign. Mother of Earth, which is Queen of Pentacles, which is probably one of the most abundant cards in the deck. And you can see it here. She's standing right in the middle of great earthy abundance. There is nature around her, and I feel she's sharing it with all the people that need it. And she's very grateful for what she's having. She's aware how lucky she is. This is also the one who is really capable of doing difficult things like they are easy. And I love it about her. She's very, very capable. She makes difficult things look like a piece of cake, and that's the energy you're having here. So together with this, I would say that if there is a thing that you were waiting with, that you weren't sure you should do, you weren't sure if you really can do it, if you are able, if you are ready, if you are gonna cope with it, if you're gonna be successful, now is the time. Now is the time to take it and to do it, because, as I said, Queen of Pentacles is absolutely the mistress of doing difficult things and making them look easy. Go on. Libra. Why am I not surprised? Libra, you have Three of Wind, which is Three of Swords. And this card appears very, very often for Libras in my readings. And, well, that's not a surprise, because this is a Libra card. You can see Saturn in Libra. Saturn is squaring your sign, so it can be a challenging aspect. Saturn is a tough teacher. So generally, I don't see Three of Swords as a bad card. Well, there are no bad cards in tarot, and Three of Swords also isn't a bad card. It talks about seeing something very clearly. As you can see, it's called recognition in this deck. So you recognize something. And it may be something really crucial, like recognizing the fallacy in thinking. It may be about some very difficult juxtaposition between what you believe in and facts. It's called cognitive dissonance, and it's very easy to it's very difficult to cope with it. It's not easy to fight it. We are very reluctant to uh, to make to make peace with facts very often. And I feel that there is something about cognitive dissonance and breaking through this particular thing, this particular juxtaposition between what you think and what the facts indicate. And this brings you closer to truth. Remember that Three of Swords is between Two of Swords and Four of Swords. So what comes before Three of Swords is two opposing thoughts, like these crossed swords. And you don't know which one is the right one. You don't know that. So they are kind of fighting, and there's kind of stalemate, right? And then through Three of Wind, there is resolution of this tension. That's why it is also a favorable card for me. This is thinking at the peak. Three is always about mastery in something. So there's creative thinking in this. You resolve something through probably tough recognition, but still it brings you closer to the truth. All right? Scorpio. You have the universe, which is the world that, as I said, already was at the bottom of the deck. So again, it reinforces the power of the Four, but you may have this very clear understanding of what is ending and what is beginning, what has ended and what has begun. What do you earn and what do you lose? What do you left behind and what are you open to? What new things are you open to? You see it clearly, and I think it brings you much pleasure. This is your card, by the way, Six of Cups. It's card connected with Scorpio. So you may feel very prominent, I think, in endings and beginnings, in finishing one cycle and beginning the other. That's what you want, and you know that. So you're not forced in any way to do that. You are the one who chooses this. Okay? Sagittarius. Here's your card. Lightning path, Mercury in Sag. You may be very quick. Something may happen very quickly, suddenly, unexpectedly. But still, it's going to be on time. I would say it's a perfect timing card for you. And you know how the lightning works. It goes through the least tension in the atmosphere. It chooses the easiest path. So there's advice for you to choose the easiest path, not to make things harder than they really are. You can resolve things quickly. There may be tension from outside, from people other than you. There may be pressure on you, but I think you can handle it very well with this card, and you can answer with great agility. Okay? Capricorn, you also have your card. This is Sun in Capricorn, Four of Earth, which is Four of Pentacles or Four of Coins. Power. I would say it's a great time to build your power, to establish your boundaries, to establish the safe base for yourself, and to start or continue to build upon that base. What is nice is that when usually this card, I would say, they say it's a card of miser. I'm not sure of that. Well, sometimes it is, but generally this may indicate great stubbornness, I think, and also being enclosed, not letting others to see what you have inside. But this time, with these cards, I think you may be more open, and this power of yours may take other people into consideration because of these Six of Cups. I think it creates nice environment not only for you but also for others. And moreover, I think you are supported by someone who is very important for you in this, in building the stability of yours. So I would say time is very favorable to do this and to be really in your element, in how you feel. Finally, Aquarius. I think it's the least favorable card for Aquarius. But on the other hand, Five of Cups, Five of Water. It shows that you say goodbye to something for real. And I thought that for some of you, if you were clinging too much to something, if you had too much water gathered, I know it's metaphorical, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about. If you had too much water gathered within you, now it's time to spill it. And it's good that it's spilled, because too much water isn't a good thing. And now is the best time to let go of the excess of water, which may be emotions. That's why we often connect this card with crying. It's the excess of water that goes through your eyes, right? So cry if you need to. Say goodbye to whatever you need to say goodbye to. Feel your sorrow. Feel the sadness. There's nothing wrong in it. And it opens your heart beautifully. And it melts the ice, if there is ice in your heart or in someone else's heart. And say goodbye to old things. That's going to open you to new things. Remember that after Four of Cups, we have Five of Cups. So there is this feeling of boredom. Then we say goodbye to something. And then we have Six of Cups, which is getting back to the joy of everyday life. I was talking about this with this card. You're on the right path. Now is the turning point. And you may feel great sadness. But again, if you love yourself and if you let yourself feel your emotions as they are, there's this strange feeling when you are sad and you start to like it. I don't know if you have ever experienced it. I did. If I welcome my sadness and my sorrow, and if I love myself being sad and being in sorrow, then even these feelings may become something, I won't say pleasurable, but they are deep. And we can feel that we are really and truly ourselves in them. And that's very empowering, because you stop being afraid of being sad, which is a great thing. So that's the potential for you, Aquarius. Very interesting. I hope you're going to have a beautiful full moon. Enjoy the energy. It's very nice. And I hope I see you in next readings for autumn equinox. They're going to be quite special, I think. But yeah, they're to come in a few days. So let's keep in touch. All the best for you. Bye bye.